65-94. John Oven to take you through the third quarter, the opening bounce.
Let's do it then. Great bounce in the centre of the ground. Dorr instrumental in the ruck contest as always. Waterman trying to get involved. Ball hits the deck. Another ball up here. About to get a restart. Umpire almost considering bouncing it again, and the out-of-zone umpires picked a free kick. It's going to go the way
Essendon.
of the Bombers.
And they wanted 50 for that. Nick Bryan was appealing for it.
Not sure what it was for, but the kick goes out to Hobbs. Takes a solid grab directly in front of us.
They also wanted 50 for that too.
And they're wanting to move on quickly, just like they did in the first quarter. At true half forward is the captain, Joe Atley, taking over from Danny Unan, who retired last year. Comes around, dodges his opponent really well, and the kick is very good into relatively open space to his teammate, who takes the grab on the 4-5. It's Waterman, and he's going to have a shot on goal here and give the Bombers a well-needed six-pointer to get them back into this contest. Waterman gathers himself and he's ready to go here and give the Bombers exactly what they need.
I think he wanted to dish it off a little bit, so this will have to go through.
Comes off his line on the left. It's a great looking kick, almost went over the post, but it's very good looking in the eyes of the umpire. 2 index fingers up, 6 more. 6-6, 42, trailing 7-9, 51, the Demons. Val Febo.
That is exactly the start that Essendon needed. Alec Waterman gets the job done. That's his second goal, and that was a ripping kick. And it's a good side for a left footer, and he managed to get the arc perfect, utilise the wind, and, geez, that's a good start for the Bombers. They needed that, especially after the way that Melbourne, or Casey, have done it again, came out of the blocks in that second quarter. I thought they were so mightily impressive, and, yeah, it's just brilliant kick by Alec Waterman, who kicks his second of the day. They only trail by 9. They've kicked the last 2 goals of this game. And all of a sudden, we have one on our hands as we get back to the middle of the ground.
Our door's closed, just some other doors aren't. As we get ready to go back in the middle, here's Val Febo once again.
Majak Dorr and Nick Bryan again. Dorr gets the little hit out in Melbourne. Will Casey try and get the ball out again? And that's holding the ball. Essendon's ferocity. Ben Hobbs again. He's had a wonderful game, and he'll try and launch this ball inside 50. Penetrating kick, and it's spoiled away, and that'll be out of play in the half-forward line. So trying to get there was Patrick Voss. He couldn't do so. Started the game really well, Voss. Went out of it in the second quarter a little bit, but the Casey Demons were all over them. They got the last goal there thanks to Will Golds, and they've got another one thanks to Alec Waterman as the umpire stands in a little bit as he throws it in and tapped forward by Bryan. And the Demons, geez, the ferocity there. 2 Essendon players on top of him as John Oven will take you through the next play.
Almost shoved him down in the back, but perhaps the indication by the boundary umpire coming in a couple of metres that it is very windy out there. Play restarts, but Casey Demons player immediately wrapped up. Munro getting involved as well as the ball comes out the back door. Solid kick. It's going to be a downfield kick to the Demons. Just dragged down at the last second against Anthony McDonald, Tip and Woody. It's not going to be a downfield free kick. It's going to go back from whence it came. Jake Melksham to take the kick. He loads up just on the inside. Kick to a 2-on-2. Falls in favour of Essendon, but the mark couldn't quite be taken. Munro almost gets his head taken off to the top of the 50. Mark almost taken by Menez Wakefield. He couldn't quite. Gets it off.
Blake Howes,
and that was a goal as easy as you like. Great forward movement from the D's. As soon as they get the ball moving, they can increase that pace, as I said earlier. And they're doing an absolute fantastic job of it.
The way that they're setting up, I think, has been at the detriment of Essendon today. And the Casey Demons have moved the ball with pinpoint precision. They've moved it quickly, and their run has been supreme. That's been the most impressive thing for me. They've been able to cut Essendon open, whether it's through the corridor or along the wing. It's been brilliant, and they've played so well, and that lead extends again to 15 points as it was at halftime. So they get the instant reply, or somewhat instant reply, to Waterman's goal, and we're back in the middle. 8-9-57 Casey, Essendon 6-6-42. As the umpire thuds the ball down, or he's about to, as Bryan and Dorr go at it again. But it's been an interesting ruck battle. Waterman there. Atley gets a little quick kick forward. And chasing it is Josh Eyre. He'll try and pick it up. He's got a long way to go down. He's a tall man, Josh Eyre, but it'll be wrapped up, and it's a stoppage inside the Bombers' forward 50. So they'll try and get their second goal of the quarter.
Let's go around the grounds briefly. It's an almost 100-point margin between the Lions and North. 144 to 145. 20 minutes gone, final term.
As Josh Eyre tries to corral the ball, he couldn't get to it. And the Demons will try and clear it, and they'll do well. But that's a good mark out wide there from Will Golds. And he'll look for the short option. And he'll go inside the 50, and that's a good kick to Ben Hobbs. And Ben Hobbs, he's had a wonderful day out so far, and pick number 13 in last year's draft. Could have gone a lot higher, but he has impressed mightily this afternoon. He was really good last week, Ben Hobbs, having 21 disposals, 7 tackles, 18 years old only. And as he comes in, this would be very welcome for the Bombers. Ben Hobbs kicks, and he's got it straight through the middle. And as they did for McDonald Tipping Woody, they stream towards Ben Hobbs, who gives them back their sniff. 7-6-48 Essendon, 8-9-57 Casey. It's a 9-point differential. 6 minutes 45 into quarter number 3. John Oven.
I'll tell you what, Ben Hobbs, he's been absolutely instrumental here. 13 disposals so far. 61 fantasy points by the looks of things here on the afl.com.au website, and also the AFL Live official app where you're watching this. Saturday afternoon football at Casey Fields. Massive crowd built, and there was a fantastic competition at half-time. Throw the boot in the bin, thanks to one of Melbourne's sponsors, King G. We're about to reload back in the centre of the ground. Does just that, bounces a little bit off as no one in particular can get it, but roving it was Dunstan. Straight to Melksham, trying to get involved there was Dorr. But he gathers the foot, he shrugs off an opponent, and a great kick, just couldn't quite find the teammate directly as the Bombers are going to regather. McDonough handballs it off to Simpson, who immediately is wrapped up.
So already, I feel as though to the right of screen has been the scoring end so far, because Essendon won the first quarter, Melbourne the second, and Essendon leading the third, or Casey the second, sorry.
Ball hits the deck straight away, and the umpire crosses himself and says, I will have it once more.
I've done that a lot today, Melbourne and Casey.
Did I say Melbourne? And a goal is potentially on its way. Oh, it's good, just out of nowhere.
The captain
made it happen. Mitch White, 9-9-63, 7-6-48.
No, that was me. I said Melbourne again before.
Did I say Casey?
You did.
Did I say Casey?
I think so. Oh, I think so.
So we've got you, mate. You're off the scoreboard in terms of the Melbourneometer, we'll say.
Not quite yet.
For those watching around Australia, it's a pleasure to have your company here. And, well, what a fantastic day of footy it's been so far, despite the overcast conditions. The wind is definitely a factor, and it's played well in favour of the D's at this stage.
Mitch White, his second goal of the afternoon, a real captain's goal when they needed it, back to a 15-point buffer. And they've just had the answer.
But to be fair, every goal by the captain is a captain's goal. Sorry, I'm using gags off social media, but nevertheless, will still count as we go back into the centre of the ground. Players fly everywhere. Waterman tries to get involved, but it's Melksham to send the little dinky kick, but immediately collecting it.
Tom Hurd.
Was Tommy Hurd. There's a lot of blondes out there, and he is no exception. Kicks across. Good looking kick to McDonough. He's just assessing his options. Elects to go on the 45.
He's gone over Gold's
taking
head.
The mark, well, almost was. Gold has gone over his head, as you said, and gone for a boundary throw-in. On broadcast side, almost true centre wing. It's going to come in here, and the umpire this time elects to not come in. Well, he's come in just a little bit. Wind's died down a bit. As the window's open here, we can feel a bit. Then, as soon as we say that, the wind picks up once again. Dorr gets the tap down. Immediately, though, collected by Hobbs. Sends it forward. Goal square relatively clear, but it's Casey to mop up here. Mark was taken. Strong grab by Rowan Steele, who's coming in off the emergencies list today. High ball. Pretty even contest, though. And that was some great work there by Moniz Wakefield going inside 50, but it's to open space. The boundary will meet the two players there, and another boundary throw-in.
15-point lead to Casey. And that was such quick ball movement. Really good read of the play there by Andy Muniz Wakefield. He's had a quietish day. Umpire will now toss this one back in. Not your traditional rucks that have gone up for it today. Or will that be deliberate? No, it's just spilled off the legs there of Keon McBride. So,
haven't seen a deliberate today, have we? So.
No, we haven't yet. So players are becoming more and more aware of that rule, and I think that one has definitely worked for the better. Players trying to keep the ball in as the ball is tossed back inside in the Demons forward 50, and Essendon try and get it out, and the Demons players fighting over it as Luke Dunstan gets a kick forward. Will there be a mark? There will, but it'll be to the Bombers, and that's a good mark there to Max Simpson.
Great take there, wanted 50. So they're going to go across and probably on the outside wing. They do just that. But, Melksham was crunched in the process there as the Bombers still managed to keep it running along. Players hit the deck. Umpire circling.
Dangerfield now blitz halves, uncertain of his options. Work to the line. Awkward one taken by Langdon. Petrakis wants to get it and go. Every time he gets the football, he's looking to explode forward and deliver, and this time it's Fritsch on the end of it.
A solid block there from Anthony McDonald.
No. Hey, Christian, 50 metres from help.
10 metres in advance.
Centre wing. Casey by 15 over Essendon. In an enthralling battle as the ball is tossed back in. Jack Bell gets the ball down, and now the Demons will go inside 50 thanks to James Munro. Kick is a good one. It's gone over the back, and Moniz Wakefield. No, it's not Moniz Wakefield. It's Tom Freeman, or George Gray, sorry, who's kicked that one. And that's a nice crumbing goal. Came in this week.
Yeah, George Gray coming in, a handy inclusion for the Casey Demons. It has to be said, as he adds another goal to their tally. 10-9-69 to 7-6-48. The buffer certainly helps the home side as the wind comes. It's definitely going to be a factor over the next 45 minutes or so. We're going to get around the grounds to you very shortly. One of us will. So the ball will be reloaded in the centre of the ground, just waiting for that 666. And there's going to be an infringement. A 666 infringement. I think it's a case. Well, it's one of them. So anyway, an infringement means it's going to go up into the air by throw-up this time. And Casey are going to reload a massive kick there from Melksham inside 50. But ultimately,
Brandon Zerk-Thatcher.
It is Zerk-Thatcher who has the footy. The great mark taken. Lowers the eyes and finds Max Simpson. Down the line. 2-on-1 contest in favour of the Casey Demons. Mark was almost taken there, and it's It's going to spill out of bounds as a result. But a courageous effort there by Jack Bell, who's had a lot to say in this game. Sorry, it wasn't Jack Bell, it was Luca Goonan.
They look very similar, those two.
They do indeed, and the number also looks similar.
Yeah.
Directly in front of us, the ball goes up, and Brian is clever to get the tap down, and Essendon are well and truly on here. Kicking, though, it's fairly ordinary. He's going to go out on the full. It's an out-of-zone free kick. It's a free kick to the Bombers. Taking it will be Sam Conforti. Gets it off to Will Golds. Veers off his line. Inside 50. A pack forms. Can someone get it out the back door? Wrapped up there immediately. Casey will try and find a way out, but that player was immediately wrapped up. A ball up will suffice in this instance. And they're still within the chance, the Bombers.
Throw up inside the Bombers forward 50. Jack Bell got the hand. Was there a little hold there? No. And Mitch Brown, I think, wanted the hold, but won't get it.
Borderline dangerous tackle. The crowd was appealing for, and not in the opinion of the umpire.
Said no, thank you. It was probably just underneath that category. As it's tossed back in. Where's Anthony McDonald-Tipping-Woody? Is he down there? Another bounce up, and Kane Baldwin got the handball away, but again, only goes about 5 metres, and another stoppage inside the Essendon forward 50. McDonald-Tipping-Woody on the bench at the moment, so he won't be there to register a score at this play. As Baldwin gets the tap down. And Rosman's there as they all kind of fall over each other. And that's a wonderful goal, wonderful snap there from Kane Baldwin. Made his AFL debut a couple of weeks ago. And that is brilliantly done. He crumbed his own ball and got the snap and kicked truly 10-9-69 to 8-6-54. It's back to 15 points. This quarter has been a seesawing battle. And Kane Baldwin is on the board this afternoon. And Jono, that's just what they needed.
It is indeed. Going around the grounds at Moreton Bay, it's the Brisbane Lions winning over North by 104 points, a massive margin there. Collingwood by 22 points over the Cats, and much shorter, though, is the game between the Coburg Lions and the Borough. Coburg winning by 2 points, 64-62.
Good win for Coburg as we go back into the middle of the ground.
We do indeed. Thump goes the footy. Dorr and Brian completely missed it, but Brian's looking to pick up the crumbs. He can't quite on this occasion. His teammate about a metre away from him is wrapped up.
18 minutes.
His teammate, of course, who's been very instrumental around the course of the game, Ben Hobbs. Play restarts. Kick goes down to the right-hander screen. Deacon Smith clever to pass off, tap it off to his Caulfield grammarian mate in Bailey Laurie, but this play moves at a lightning pace here. Here's Bedford getting their hands up, and crowd appeals for a throw.
In the back.
It's going to be in the back here. Time off for the time being.
Will Golds gets it off to Jake Sutton, who handballs to Ben Hobbs, kicks inside inboard, but he's picked out the only Melbourne player there, and that's
Casey.
Tom Freeman. Casey, my God.
Casey Demons indeed.
Demons.
So here they are on the outside opposite broadcast wing rather. Doing well, but electing to move it on quickly. Chandler to a teammate who's immediately wrapped up, and the Bombers are very quick to repeat what Casey did with the quick ball movement. The chain of handballs continues. And here they are, the Bombers. The centering ball is going to go to who else but Ben Hobbs, who will just lower the eyes, kick to no in particular a one-on-one contest as that man gets his head taken off. He's going to get a free kick. That man, of course,
Max Simpson.
Another one of the
no,
blonde-haired...
Jake Sutton.
Jake Sutton, another one of the blonde-haired blokes out there. He's going to have a shot on to bring the margin within 19 points. 20 minutes gone. We're into red time of the third term here at Casey Fields. Goal umpire as determined as ever. He's waiting to receive the footy over his head, he hopes. Ball sails through the big sticks. No. Almost! Great defensive punch from Majak Dor, the golden fist. Fantastic effort from the big man there. And
he cannoned into the post in the meantime.
He did. This is why we have goalpost padding. It is very important.
He did a Lee Matthews and broke it in half, maybe.
Imagine if you could break a post of that thickness in half. I'd be absolutely amazed.
Push in the back there against Nick Bryan. So that'll go to Majak Dor. So he's doing everything at the moment as we head to the half back line. Luke Dunstan. And now the Demons can move it forward. Deacon Smith goes inside the 50, and a nice little defensive punch there from Joel Fitzgerald, but the Demons will still go inside the 50, and a nice bump.
Bang!
But it's too high.
Crowd a bit frustrated with that.
And Garrett McDonough, the former Tiger, will kick to the half-back line, and he'll find a teammate out there.
Patrick Voss.
Patrick Voss, who presented well today. He's played really good footy. Nudged under the ball there, and now the Essendon Bombers can move the ball inside the 50, and they're playing well as Kyle Waitman, son of Dale, kicks inside the 50 in a spilled mark. There was an opportunity there for Josh Eyre, who kicked one before.
These are very quick to rebound, though. Oh, solid tackle, almost got the better. And they still keep coming, Essendon.
Ben Hobbs was there.
Ben Hobbs, he was. And here they come, though. Bedford, though, for the Demons. A kick across the 45-metre centre square. Here's the skipper. Hands off.
And he's hit the
post. How about that?
Rowan Steele.
Ruining the chance there. Probably had time and space there. Probably should have used it. Couldn't quite on this occasion.
That is a sigh of relief for Essendon because it was 2-on-1 and somehow they don't concede.
This fourth quarter is going to go absolutely anywhere with the Bombers kicking to the left of screen. And they'll be licking their lips at three-quarter time. They're well and truly in this, the Bombers.
Joel Fitzgerald,
the 23rd man today. Players calling out left, right, front, behind, but he elects to go down the line. Dor flies with a golden fist again.
He's been everywhere today, Majak.
The defensive acts have been fantastic. He has been indeed everywhere. And he goes down to fight the next contest down towards the left of the screen. Probably potentially a goal-scoring opportunity. Who knows? Not wanting to take the ruck on this occasion.
Be Jack Bell against Nick Bryan, and Bryan this time utilises his power, but Bell gets in there again. Very careful tackle, not to go in the back or too high.
Yeah, just over the shoulder there, marginally.
Pick this out, and it'll be a Casey free kick. And that's going to go to George Gray, who kicked a wonderful goal before. And he'll look to kick long inside the 50. And he'll try and look for Majak Dor, who's there. He got one hand up, and it is a tug, and it will go to Majak Dor. So here we go. He missed one early on from directly in front, hit the post. This one's a bit more of a difficult kick, but not a bad angle. He's a right footer, so he should be fine here. And as we said before, he's been everywhere. So Majak Dor,
he's got time to gather, so
he does
his full 30.
He will, and just very purposeful look. And this would really sink Essendon. It's 15 points at the moment. This to make it a 21-point buffer for the Casey Demons. Majak Dor comes in, and he's pushed it to the near side. So another miss for Majak. That's his third behind of the day for no goal.
The strong right to left wind, there is no doubt. Zerk Thatcher
bumped as he kicked it.
Kicks to a 2-on-1 in favour of Casey, and well, there you go. Taj Woden He's going to reload and a potential shot on goal. He's been told to come around. He wheels and goes. It's a long kick to the top of the goal square. Dorr missed it.
Free kick.
And a free kick has been paid in favour of the Bombers.
I think it was for a hold.
So Zerk Thatcher again. But Tajway Woden almost took the mark. And it ultimately lands in the hands of Patrick Voss. Handball's off. And they elect to move down the line, but the boundary line meets them, and play will be restarted in due course. So 25 minutes halfway through red time. Or
well, they've played deliberate there.
Is it deliberate out of bounds?
They've played deliberate.
Paint me pink. Chandler kicks across to Woden, who's been well and truly involved in the past couple of minutes around the contest, around half forward. Woden loads up. Tip of the goal square, sorts of stuff. Is it Dorr? Not quite. Ball hits the deck. Trying to get out of it, though, is the Bombers, and McDonough looks to clear. Scrappy play, though. Ball in dispute. It's going to go land in the hands of Casey, and then a very, very safe mark taken by the skip.
Mitch White. He's had a brilliant couple of quarters, and he's just managed to edge his way into this game. And we saw he's kicked 2 goals, one. Couple of multiple goal kickers. He's one of them. Alec Waterman and Kyle Waitman have also done the same, so this would be huge.
So White to make Essendon sweat a bit coming into this final term. He kicks. It's a really good looking kick. Kicks truly. 11-11, 77, 8-7, 55 the score. Almost 26 minutes gone, third term. And, well, oh, here we go. So a blood rule, there you go. I was thinking, gee, is there a free kick for abuse potentially paid? No, not on this occasion. 27 minutes gone. And
Melbourne have just been able to hold them at bay, and they've just been wonderful. And every time Essendon have thrown something at them, Casey have had the answer. It's been the players to stand up. It's been White. It's been Majak Dorr.
Yeah.
And those two have been so influential on this contest. And I've liked Bedford's efforts today, his second efforts going into packs, and he's played really well. And Luke Dunstan's done a couple of good things, and they've been extra impressive as the umpire was about to bounce it, and then a couple of players moved. So thud goes the ball, and thud goes forward. It was a very high bounce as Atley tries to get it out, but he's wrapped up, and we'll get another stoppage inside the centre circle. 28 minutes gone in this third quarter, 77-55 in favour of the Casey Demons as it's punched forward again, but it's going to be the Demons, and that is a wonderful tackle, and it's not been paid holding the ball as Essendon edge forward. Very surprising that free kick wasn't paid as Baldwin is pushed out by Corey Ellison, and we'll get a throw in at half forward for Essendon. So game for them sits on a tightrope. They need the next goal. Just simply put, they just have to get it.
No idea how much time is left. The D's are going to come out through Rowan Steele, but immediately met by an Essendon player is the opponent he tried to kick to. Bedford kicks out wide. Chasing the footy, Rosman. And then a great tackle there. Is holding the ball. Rosman probably needed to move on quickly there. Atley in the centre of the ground. Gets told to move on. And move on he does. Very safe kick to Patrick Voss. Decides to go back. In fact, no, it was just a little bit of a quirk from the umpiring there as they're going to load up the Bombers. Tend to target, was missed. And then trying to rebound was Tom Freeman. But but immediately wanting to send it back from whence it came, or so we thought of the Bombers. Doing well. That was Hurd going inside. McDonough missed it, and then a great fend off from Luke Dunstan. He sends it back from whence it came once again, but it's in the hands of the Bombers. Scrappy little affair. They move it along. Inside 50. Oh, it should have gone with the kick. Didn't on this occasion. Anthony McDonald, Tip and Woody chases. But the D's wanted to find a way out, and it's going to go out on the full around true centre half forward on opposite broadcast side.
Fitzgerald to take the kick in, and it goes to the hot spot, and that is a wonderful mark. Brilliantly judged, and it's Jake Sutton, who's come into his own in this quarter. He's had a few important touches and almost kicked one before. And it's 50. It's going to be 50 metres. I'm not sure what it was for. It must have been for remonstration. And, well, what was, a pretty good chance now becomes a foregone conclusion as Jake Sutton will go to the goal square and we'll look to get this one now to a 16-point buffer. So for all the work that Casey have done, it looks as though they're only going to take a 1 point extra advantage into the final term at this stage. 31 minutes gone, 77-62 as Sutton converts. Brilliant mark and well rewarded with a goal.
So we're well past the half an hour mark in this third term. And Essendon needed that.
They did. They did.
So they're well and truly within this game. And as I said earlier, kicking to the left of screen where the goals have been for the most part, especially in Casey's case. Look at that, 11-11, 77. A lot of goals kicked.
It feels
to the, we'll say the City of Casey logo end.
It's been a similar game to what it was last night, where Casey/Melbourne were in front for most of it, but Essendon just kept charging, and that's what they've done today. They've just kept coming, and things are looking good as we go back up in the middle. John O'Ven.
Door taps it straight to Melksham, and then he gets absolutely buried. Another ball up, just left of the centre circle. But Munro was going up there. He wasn't on this occasion. The man who kicked the goal there for Essendon tried to load up, and Waller's chasing. Almost got him. Inside 50 now for Casey. And they're definitely a chance. They just need to find their players. They can't on this occasion. Here's Hurd. Almost run down to the last minute. Dunstan, though, takes a handy grab. He's going to have a shot on goal. He was very quick to react. And he'll get a reward for his efforts.
33 minutes gone. Siren cannot be far away.
I'd love to tell you how much time is left, but as is tradition with VFL, you don't get a countdown clock.
Oh,
there we go. There is the siren, and this is a very important kick. Either way you look at it. Dunstan, the former rampaging Saint. A hop and a skip.
And a point.
Unfortunately to the left. And that will be three-quarter time here at Casey Fields as the crowd comes onto the field. Before we go to a break, let's go to around the 666 gets sorted out. The boundary umpire is pretty happy with that one. The centre umpire wearing the number 8 to kick us off. Here's Val Febo.
Thank you, Jono. And here we go, the last quarter. Hopefully it's a grandstand finish. As the ball goes up and Nick Bryan just runs towards it. Joe Atley, he's taken down without it, and they will pay a free kick. So the umpire gives Essendon the advantage early, and Dunstan didn't want to give the ball back, but Atley, the captain.
Time's off, which helps him.
Short little kick. And it's Ben Hobbs again, who was influential in that third quarter. He kicks inside the 50, and a spilled mark. So the ball is alive. Majak Dor and McDonald tipping Woody tries to corral him. He had him almost done, and that's a nice mark on the outer side to the Bombers. And
Cody Brand going to bring it in here.
And he'll kick it short, and he'll look, and that's a good mark there taken by Alec Waterman, who himself has kicked 2 this afternoon. He's one of only 3 multiple goal kickers for either team today, and that's Cody Waitman or Kyle Waitman and Mitch White from the Casey Demons. So this one is such an important kick. Alec Waterman.
Inside 90 seconds, it's very important, as we would assume time's off as he ties off his shoes.
Played 14 games last year for the Bombers, made his debut. He comes in. It's a high kick. Are they celebrating? They are. And that's a brilliant start to the final stanza for the Essendon Bombers. 10-7-67 trailing Casey, 11-12-78. John O'Ven.
Just inside the right-hand goal post, which is exactly what they needed. And as I said, within 90 seconds, it's the perfect start for Brent Stanton's Bombers. Of course, Brent Stanton, a Bombers legend in his own right, alongside the 400-plus gamer in Dustin Fletcher in the coaching box. And this is exactly what Joe Atley's men want as they gather in the centre of the ground just for a brief chat. Joe Atley claps his hands and says, "Come on, boys, fire up."
Sensational kick, too.
And if you're a neutral observer, you'd be hoping for a cracking finish, just like it was in the Coburg game. Bryan gets the tap down straight to Atley, and then he's wrapped up. Another ball up in the outside circle. Restart. Bryan this time getting the tap down as well as ball hits the deck. Umpire picks out a free kick for holding. Going to go the way of the Bombers, so very crucial here again for them to capitalise. Atley gathered his troops. Oh, dodges one player very cleverly inside 50. Anthony McDonald, Tip and Woody, maybe. Yes! And he's kicked a brilliant goal! The crowd goes wild at Casey Fields. And so does my voice with the voice crack. How about that?
It's only 5 points now. And
that is world class from Anthony McDonald, Tip and Woody.
Cometh the moment, cometh the man.
Absolutely. What a fantastic goal. And they're 5 points in it now.
This has been a magnificent start to the final term from Essendon. Couple of free kicks in the middle, but they've utilised the corridor, and Anthony McDonald, Tip and Woody at the crumb like he did in the first quarter. He's now got 2, and all of a sudden, we've got a game on our hands, and the Bombers only trail by 5 points, and it's taken all but 3.5 minutes for them to get 2 goals on the board. So this game, well and truly alive.
Strap yourself in, folks.
Here we go, back in the middle. Dorr and Bryan, as they've done all day, thudded forward. What's happened here? Umpire pays a free kick to Melbourne this time.
Free kick D's.
So Casey and Luke Dunstan, it's 50. Luke Dunstan will now probably have a shot at goal.
Look out.
He was trying to get under the skin of Cooper Anderson there, but
tried to milk a 50 as well, as he was in his direction. So on a technicality, he probably should have been awarded the 100, but this will do just fine.
As Luke Dunstan was a subject in Show Me the Money, the Stan documentary. Have you seen that, Jono?
I have not, sir.
It's very good. So kind of looked at his path from the Saints to the Demons and how they picked him up. But he comes in. This would infatuate him with his new club, as Luke Dunstan, the former Saint, comes in. And that is straight through the middle, and they come straight to him. And the margin extends back out to 11 points. So an action-packed start to the final quarter as Luke Dunstan is on the board. Brilliant start to this final term.
I reckon clockwise, you're probably looking at around maybe 17 minutes to go-ish on the stoppage clock, so we're probably in for it. I mean, it's just a rough guess.
I'm not going to have any guesses with that.
For the amount, well, no, I'm not going to guess later on, but for the amount of goals that they've been so far in this quarter, you know, it's nowhere near even 4 minutes or even 5-6 minutes as the clock suggests. Here, the countdown clock at Casey Fields. Going to be Bryan to get the tap down. Out towards Hobbs. But it's all Casey, so we think no, it is going to be a free kick in the centre of the ground, and it will be all Casey. Inside 50, can they get another consolidation goal? Big fly from the skip, and he claims the mark, and he takes it. Fantastic effort from Mitch White.
This is for goal number 4 for Mitch White, if he can slot it.
So it's going to get him probably the 3 votes, you reckon? Absolutely courageous effort from the captain, who, to state the obvious, has kicked... What's that?
Three captain's goals.
3 captain's goals. Thank you very much for finishing my sentence as I probably would have intended. Here's White to get them into the 90s. On the left. Wind's not going to help on this occasion. Ball hits the deck and almost chance at goal, but it goes across the face.
It was
bring it over the foot, bring it over the line as Tommy Hurd.
Jack Bell.
The silent assassin, we could call him. And ball's going to come into play now. Spinning back into play. The Wind takes it to Brian. Hands it off, but it's immediately to the opposition. And immediately after that, another ball up, reset.
Good tackle from Ben Hobbs, as we'll reset inside the Demons forward 50. And we'll get another stoppage, it looks as though, but a quick kick out. And it's going to come to the broadcast side, but a swarm of Essendon players surround the ball. But and they're going to continue to get it out here as Waterman gets it out, and now it comes to Brian, but Waterman again gets it, and he's been good this final quarter, and that goes towards Kane Baldwin. And it'll go out of play, so the Bombers have managed to transition it well. Margin stands at 11 points in favour of the Casey Demons. 12-12-84, 11-7-73, 7 minutes 46 gone in this final term as the umpire looks to throw it in. The wind has died down a bit, so
and it immediately comes back, just as you say.
Help the contest, and thrown back in. Dorr gets the hit out, and it'll only go as far as Golds, who's taken high. So now the Bombers will get to go inside 50 here.
They've just got to load up and gamble, I reckon.
Sam Conforti kicks inside the 50, and unfortunately for the Bombers, that's straight to the opposition. And that goes to Tom Freeman. And Freeman will now launch it outside the defensive 50. Going up was Kean McBride. And there's a free kick being paid here for a hold. The umpire, or have we gone out of play? No, we've gone out of play. Almost kept it in there, Essendon.
Umpire gets ready to reload. It's a big job going against the wind. Ball comes spinning into play. Can't quite reach any particular ruckman. Trying to get involved there is Hobbs. Hurd. Handballs to Waterman, who's been great in the second half. Mark couldn't quite be taken, as there's a golden fist landing in the hands of George Gray. Ball goes to ground with Gray, and another ball up. So locked in here in the Essendon forward 50. Need to capitalise on some goals. Make space. Atley tries to tap, but can't quite, as Deacon Smith will go through the centre of the ground. Wants to find Chandler or even Steele, and he's dispossessed.
Oh, they've paid holding too.
So he plays on. Kicks off to Gray. Gets to Brown, who can't quite, and so can his teammate trying to soccer it in and doing well. Bedford tries to pick it up. His Essendon opponent does, and gets immediately wrapped up in 45 metres out on the 45-degree angle from Casey's goal. And, well, if you can lock it up for long periods of time, it certainly helps for the Casey Demons. Restart now. And Essendon could bring it back through Hurd, but he manages to get the kick away. Sort of little grubber along the ground. But Munro's going to look for Dorr. He couldn't quite. But they're still on the Ds. Inside 50. Can they find a mark? Almost. The skip Mitch White by the looks of things. And who's going to send it out and almost kick it out in the full? It's going to be a boundary throw in about 70 metres from goal.
Mitch White almost took the mark. Very, very close. And this game still hangs on a knife's edge. 84-73. As the ball is going to be launched in by the umpire. Majak Daw had chances in that last play, and that's thudded forward. And now that'll come off to Bailey Laurie, who kicks a grubber inside 50. Mitch White's there. He tries to shrug off the tackle as Toby Bedford. He's going to run around one, run around two. And is it Jack Bell? He can't take the mark. They're down, and that'll most likely result in a stoppage, but the Bombers will do their best to try and get it out of their defensive 50 here. And it's just taken down, and that is, the Demons have managed to get it out. They continue to do so. Moniz Wakefield kicks towards goal. And will only go as far as Josh Fitzgerald, who finds Patrick Voss. And now Voss will look to try and move the ball as quickly as he can. The Demons have set up well, and they're going to make him kick to a contest. Voss goes long to the wing. Majak Daw is in there, as is Kane Baldwin.
Fantastic.
And it'll go to the back. Jake Sutton tries to smash it forward, but he can't do it. Baldwin with the pressure. But the Demons will come away with it. And a nice little kick there. And that'll come to Taj Woden, son of Shea.
Woden to a contest in favour of Essendon. Couldn't quite get the mark. But they wheel around. Max Simpson looks for a teammate who couldn't quite take the mark. Just on the edge of the centre square on the outer side. Does well to shake off his opponent. Inside 50, Anthony McDonald-Tipungwuti, who couldn't quite take the mark, and it's a turnover as a result. Kicking to open space opposite broadcast wing. Strong mark taken by Rowan Steele.
He's done a few good things today, Rowan Steele.
Steele inside 50. White almost took the mark, but it's Bryan to come out with it. 60 metres out, almost took the mark, did Monroe. Players go to ground. Atley going to get involved here. Collects the footy. Kicks to relatively open space. Deacon Smith missed it, but here's Anthony McDonald-Tipungwuti. Can he find the footy? Was he held? He's held perhaps again as the ball was going to trickle over, so we thought of the boundary line. It has indeed. And a boundary throw in. So maybe potential holds there of Anthony McDonald-Tipungwuti.
Yeah, but the free kick has gone to the Casey Demons.
Ooh,
so that was dubious decision there, as it's kicked outside the 50 and a good mark taken. That's by Cade Chandler, who's played very well this afternoon, and a short little kick. And now Essendon will have to try and regroup, as the Casey Demons, they hold an 11-point lead. It's been a bit stagnant the last couple of minutes. Not as many goals kicked as there was a flurry earlier on this quarter.
Anything can happen in red time, though.
And it can. 14 and a half minutes gone in this final term. 11 points, as I said. And Majak Daw flies. It was a big, big fly as Tajwo Woden gets the handball off. And now Melbourne, Casey are going to run into an open goal.
Rowan Steele.
And Rowan Steele gets the job done. And the margin is now out to 17. Rowan Steele, as we said, he was at half-back starting the play. He's done some good things. And he does another one there and kicks his second goal of the afternoon. And that margin has extended out to 17 points. That is big from the Casey Demons.
They've kicked away here, and they're in the 90s now. So this is make or break for the Bombers in the last 5 minutes of, I suppose, regular time before red time, 20 minutes and beyond, and they need a very quick flurry, need to take advantage of that wind. As the umpires have asked themselves on many occasions throughout the day, have you washed your hands? And the number 8 says, yes, I have indeed. Wash your hands on the carpet. What an absolute brilliant surface this is here at Casey Fields.
Brilliant.
Brian waited for it and waited correctly. He did, as the Bombers are going to try and find their way inside 50, but they can't quite. 55 metres out, 55 metres out rather. There's going to be another ball up. Brian needs to get involved here if the Bombers are going to score. Hurd wrapped up.
They wanted high.
Crowd appeals for high. The umpire says no. Another ball up.
Around the grounds quickly, the Giants lead the Suns 46-17. That's Giants Stadium.
In the AFL. So a high, very high Hail Mary ball. Anthony McDonald-Tipungwuti had the sit. Couldn't quite grab the footy as the ball goes to ground, and so do a few players. Left to the right, to the front, to behind. Umpire comes in from the behind. And the ball up in shoes. So this is it for the Bombers. I tell you what, this passage of play is going to make the game for them, or either break them, as McDonald-Tipungwuti floats behind the contest.
Taken high there.
But that man is taken high.
So this will be an Essendon free kick. So it's Attlee, the captain. And he's going to wheel around and kick inside the 50.
Wins the factor, come on.
And that's not taken. The Demons have got possession, but the players converge in the goal square, and it looks as though it's going to be a throw-in, and it is. Tom Hurd ensures that it's going to be with Fraser Rosman. So here we go. Where is Anthony McDonald-Tipungwuti? He is down there.
Tom Hurd trying to put on the body work, and it wasn't successful there.
So here we go. Thrown in. Or about to be. Umpire takes his time. The Rucks go at it. Kane Baldwin is there. Alec Waterman wanted to come away with it, but he kind of went without it. He does have it now, and was it a clumsy tackle? Well, it's a free kick to the Casey Demons, so they'll get a little bit of a reprieve here as Tom Freeman will look to launch one and send it as far away from the defensive 50 as possible. He kicks it long towards the wing, and Kean McBride takes a very nice mark. He read that beautifully, and now he kicks inboard. They'll try and switch it as Zirk Thatcher takes the mark and kicks towards inside the 50. Who's he found? He hasn't found Waterman, and now Ben Hobbs kicks. And
oh, no way.
Jeez.
It was sort of like side view Karate Kid sort of stuff there from Hobbs, and that would have been goal of the year in both AFL and VFL. This play restarts. A big kick from the Casey Demons, and a big mark taken by the captain, Mitch White.
He has been superb this afternoon.
Getting the 3 votes in my book.
The JJ Liston Trophy.
White goes down the line. 2-on-2, and a solid grab. Fantastic grab, in fact. Taken by who else? But Jack Bell with the lovely Mustaka inside 50. Chandler almost got the sit. Bailey Laurie, hands off. Essendon, though, have the numbers around the contest. Little grubber will try and find Hobbs, but he just completely missed it. It's gone out of bounds. Well, this is, I mean, we're 30 seconds away from red time here. I don't think the Bombers have it in them.
We don't know. The beauty of recent footy anyway is that goals can be kicked very, very quickly.
Well, they need to move very quickly. A lot of tired players out there.
Here we go.
Here we go indeed. Ball hits the deck after it missed no one in particular. Munro gathers and is immediately dispossessed. Holding the man's the call. Good decision by the umpire.
And then a little shove by James Munro on Ben Hobbs, and he says, "Don't try that with me, young man." So Munro, or the umpire tells him, "Get back on your line.
Stand." And all that.
Yep. So Munro looked to kick this inside 50, and he goes to the pocket, but Bombers fly. Mitch White is down there, as is Bailey Laurie, who tries to dribble one towards the goals. And now Essendon through Zirk Thatcher will mop it up, and he'll go towards Cody Brand. Brand is out there, as is Jack Sutton. And now the Bombers will just clear it as quickly as they can. And he'll go towards Josh Eyre, who's out there. But unfortunately for them, it's going to come straight back in as the Casey Demons through Rowan Steele. And now a couple of missed opportunities here. And now Fitzgerald. He'll kick to half back, and he'll find Hobbs again, who has just been an absolute workhorse today. And the Bombers will go towards their forward 50. It's going to bounce. Who's down there? And unfortunately, it'll treacle out. So the Bombers just trying everything, but Casey have the answers, and they have been brilliant.
1
today.
minute into red time.
And here we go. Throw in. Can the Bombers conjure something up? Anthony McDonald-Tipungwuti is there.
He's got to lurk around the contest and sort of remain incognito.
And we know he can do that as it gets thrown in again. Majak Daw down there. McDonald-Tipungwuti is there, but it gets spoiled, punched off the boot or smothered off the boot, and it is a high tackle.
In favour of the Bombers, here we go.
And that'll go to Sam Conforti. Has had a quietish afternoon, but he can put his stamp on the game with a true kick here. And this to get it back to 11 points.
This is important.
It's massively important. And also for their season here. So
game's going to probably go beyond 30, I would say.
Conforti comes in. This is huge. And he's missed. He's pushed it to the far side. John O'Ven.
Margin could be 10 now, but it's only 16. If I tell you what, the Bombers really need a goal, so they've got to lock it in. A huddle of sorts will form towards the broadcast side of the ground. Casey going to come in here looking for White. Spoiled by Brandon Zirk-Thatcher. Hurd inside 50 to the top of the goal square. Who can get a mark? Goes to ground. Chance of a goal? No, they're going to move it out, the Casey Demons.
That was rushed.
A whistle. Is going to bring it back, a rush behind. And the D's have got to reload once again. Not do what they did last time.
So, 15 points.
Anything can happen. Big kicker, Hail Mary. Looking for Daw or White. Oh, White almost got hands on it. But Essendon, a big Hail Mary to send it back from whence it came, from
Fitzgerald.
Fitzgerald.
And holding the man, and it's going to be an Essendon free kick.
This is important.
So Cooper Anderson kicks inside the 50, looking for a target, and he finds one. He finds a target.
What a super grab there.
And that's Patrick Voss. So here we go. This to get it to just 9 points. No distance, not a problem at all. Angle is slightish, probably about a 30-degree angle. Very slight. Patrick Voss comes in to give them some hope.
There we go.
And it's beautifully done. Essendon, 12-9-81. Trail Casey, 13-12-90. 24 minutes gone in the final quarter. It's a 9-point ball game. This game has just escalated.
Essendon fans very happy with what they saw and the efforts from Anthony McDonald-Tipungwuti throughout the day as he comes off for a brief spell. Needs to come on perhaps for the next couple of minutes, who knows, as they try and get the breakthrough. But perhaps maybe the tactic might be just to leave him out and see what Essendon can manufacture here. And, well, perhaps the ball getting a bit dewy throughout the course of the day. And we're ready to go in the centre of the ground. Once again, as instructions from the crowd get yelled out. And we're ready to go for another ball up in this high-scoring affair. Daw gets the tap down. And it's all Casey. Inside 50 now. Can they find a mark? Oh, yes, that was almost a decent mark. Chandler tries to chase. Of course, it's that man there, Fitzgerald, getting involved as the D's are going to bring it back through again. Chandler throws it on the left boot. It's a good-looking kick, but a great defensive mark taken. Hobbs with a big kick to a massive pack. Almost got the sit, did Rosman. Ball goes off the ground. Atley gathers inside 50 now for the Bombers, just to the top. Ooh. Almost took the mark there as the player's down 70 metres from goal. Potential stoppage coming up.
Specific area, and you can outline the area that you
mark
want
is
to copy.
taken there.
For the simplicity of this review, I'm going to just select rectangular selection.
That's Will Golds.
Will
Now
Gold.
I'm
So
going
he needs
to
this.
try and
A
encompass
potential stoppage,
as
who
much
knows?
as a picture
Trying
as
to
I
figure out
can.
who's down in
without
the front
cutting
of play
anything off.
here.
Now that I've done that, I'm going
And that
to
is
click on Control
that's
C
Kane Baldwin.
or copy if you want to
Made
right
his
click
AFL
and then
debut in
copy it.
round 1 against the Cats. Bit of a disastrous day
Now
for Essendon.
go over
So here
to
we
the
go,
other
goals
window
comes
you
in.
want to
And
paste
it's
the
truly-
image you want to.
This
and
is it
press
now.
to actually open them up. I have a picture
Get
of clouds
fired up,
and I also have a
Essendon
picture
fans.
of the
This
sun.
is your moment.
And I'm looking to take
This
picture
is
of the sun
absolutely
and
huge
put it
in the
on
context
picture
of the game.
clouds.
And the score, it's a 3-point ball game. 13-9-87, the Bombers. 13-12-90. Casey Demons at 3-point ball game. What's going to be the outcome of this? As the player there comes off, was that
Was Kane Baldwin.
Kane Baldwin, as you
who's
said?
come off. Yep. So he's come off, and now coming off as well for Essendon, Sam Conforti. Anthony McDonald-Tipping-Woody comes on, as does Cooper Anderson. So here we
he
go.
could kick the winning points.
Here we go. This is set up for Anthony McDonald-Tipping-Woody to provide some magic. But on the other side, the Casey Demons, they have been brilliant today. Sad that this one is going to see a loser as it's hacked forward out of the middle, and the Bombers just continue to shove it forward now. And Ben Hobbs down there again. He's been influential this afternoon. And they try and feed it out here, do the Demons. McDonald-Tipping-Woody will chase Jake Melksham, and he'll put him under pressure, but the ball goes sideways.
Gets away with it marginally. And
And
the ball hits the deck. And the Bombers, well, they probably won't find a way out here, but getting involved there was man there as play moves along the ground about 60 metres out from the Casey goal. Going to go inside 50. White almost got the sit. He was held. But there's Toby Medford.
and they
Kicking
can't take
across
the mark.
Face at the top of the goal square. Soccer off, a scorpion kick of sorts. Ball still remains at the top of the goal square, and the Bombers are going to clear here.
They do. Ben Hobbs is there and running for it now. The Demons do well to corral the ball. It's kicked back inside the 50. What will happen? It's going to be a mark. And it is a mark, and it's Jack Bell.
It'll be a there's so many players to give votes to today if you're an umpire, and well, what a game of footy this has
So
been.
how we're going to do
We
this
don't
is
know
we're gonna
how
go on
long
our
is
start
left.
button
28
or
and a
start
half
menu
minutes gone, and it's
type in
Jack
paint.
Bell who could put the
We're gonna open
icing
that up.
on the cake. This quarter has been
Microsoft
sensational.
Paint,
And
image
Bell with
1
a good
and image 2.
contested
And
mark.
actually open them up. I have a picture of clouds, and I also
Lines
have a
the
picture
ball
of the
up
sun.
and
I'm looking
makes
to
his
take this
strides
picture
in
of the sun and put it on the picture
to
of
almost
the clouds.
Kill the game, you'd think.
So how
That's
we're
not
going to
make the
this is
distance.
we're going to go on our start
And
button.
it's thudded
or
forward.
start menu,
And the
type
Demons will
paint.
pick it up. And getting it is
We're gonna open
Monroe.
that up.
Look out,
But we're going to do it a
points.
second time, so,
So
we're
this
gonna
is
open
a
up paint
clear.
again.
This is a very good time for the Bombers just to clear their heads and to run it quickly. So they need some fast ball movement down up the guts of Casey Fields. Mark was almost taken, and the ball goes to ground. Anthony McDonald-Tipping-Woody with the deft touch forward. Casey looked to send it back from whence it came. A bit of aerial ping pong as players go to ground left, right and centre, but the ball continues its path forward for the Casey Demons, or does it, as the ball is quick to rebound for the Bombers. Players trying to get involved, trying to find a way through, but the tap is down. Clever act by Bryce Milford, the 23rd man, to just sort of kill the game. A borderline deliberate act, perhaps. Who knows? So it's going to come in here. 4 points of difference in favour of the Casey Demons. Almost to the top of the half an hour mark. Dorr gets the tap down, but who else gets it? But Ben Hobbs inside 50. Almost got the mark, did his teammate. Anthony McDonald-Tipping-Woody with the tap
It's a
down.
free kick.
To Waterman. And
Anthony
who's got it?
McDonald-Tipping-Woody.
You're kidding! Anthony McDonald-Tipping-Woody could have the shot on goal after the siren. This
we
is
go.
the finish that all Essendon fans want.
Well, we said it. It's
This
primed
is
for
nuts.
him. Anthony McDonald-Tipping-Woody will
We
have the
cannot
kick
believe this.
from 50 metres out. This is going to be
A huge kick. Essendon fans cannot believe it. Anthony McDonald-Tipping-Woody. The stadium holds its breath. Umpire tells him to come around.
Here we go.
Approach is steady. Anthony McDonald-Tipping-Woody on his return game approaches, kicks on its way, Bends it back. It's missed. It's a behind. An epic game comes to a close.
The Casey Demons
Wow.
got the job done by 3 points in the end. 13-13, 19.